Hey y'all, Miss Noise here. Hope you had a great weekend. I wanted to kind of recap the three things that we talked about last week. We talked about how the Bering Strait or Beringia was a land bridge, and the land bridge was formed because of the ice age. What happened was it was so cold, all of the ocean started freezing up and started forming ice. And so as water expands, so as the ice formed, the land was exposed on the ocean floor. So all these nomads, or the paleo people, were just basically wandering around looking for food, and they happened to wander across that Bering Strait, and that's how they came to North America. And we have four groups that we talked about. We talked about the paleo people that were basically the original cavemen that came along there at the end of the Ice Age into North America. They get more advanced as we go along. Our next area or people we talked about was the archaic people. That moves along. They even became more advanced, and we moved into the woodland. And finally, the Mississippian, PAWM. Each people get a little more advanced. They started out just kind of wandering, kind of living wherever they are, sleeping pretty much wherever they just came about and got tired, laid down and sleep. That was the paleo. And then they started getting smarter and started developing tools to help them find food. They started building shelter to keep them warm in the weather and cool. And finally, when you get along there near the end, they're having clothes that helps them stay warm in the winter and as the season changes. So they're getting smarter. So the paleo was the first, and then we wind up with the Mississippian. This week we're going to talk about, though, the Europeans and what impact they had. The Europeans basically came over for three reasons. They came over to look for gold. They came over to spread the gospel. And finally, they just came over for flat out glory. And the next episode is going to be Mr. Shepherd and I in the time travel with Shepherd and Noise. And you're going to get to meet one of the famous explorers that came over. His name was Hernando de Soto. And he started out, he actually landed in Florida, and he came on up looking for gold and glory, and also spreading the gospel of Christianity. So those three G's, gold, glory, and gospel, were the three main reasons the European explorers first came over. So stay tuned for another episode of Time Travel with Shepherd and Noise, and I'll be back with you soon. Have a great day.